Team 2 got ourselves Athaman on the, oh god, I gotta say, I love that set. Ath looks so good. Oh man, I still gotta do the mega dungeon just to get myself a whole set myself head to toe. Skeet gonna be first up, or for the Team 2 versus Lock Cleaner. A Valpera, Affliction of Lorla going in for full Soul Rod, wall off immediately, full set of pets. This was Skeet, if he got himself the right cooldown, which looks like he does, could reverse a lot of these duds back to Lock together with a Zuen. Should probably use it right now while the dots at the apex, the man just melting instead. Goes in for a Karma. Skeet, my man, definitely reverse magic next time. Wait, you're still taking a lot of damage, even though through a Karma he got burned through, but still able to get himself a couple of punches, couple of kicks into the Valpera. It's a little Valpera snout. Unfortunate. A Valpera Warlock is something we don't really see on here all that often. Nina gonna be back up. Same Mog as before. I'm a big fan of this one actually. I said it before, but I'm a big fan of these Paladin shows. I like this Honorable Bow too. Big fan of the Honorable Bow. Loves to see it on the Team Nina. We got ourselves Trix. We got ourselves Vlad as well as Judy all the way in the back. Gonna be Nina immediately with the Shield of Vengeance. As Skeet looking to play mobile. Doesn't have a trinket to break out of the stun though. Big damage on Nina off the bat. Not playing the big Crusade wings, but still the normal wings do quite a bit of damage. Blinding past the Fist of Fury and is trying to get himself some pressure versus Skeet, but Skeet quickly catching Nina in the prison of paralysis for just a moment. Got himself a bit of defenses. Definitely needs to have some kind of defensive rolling while Nina got wings if they want to stick around and get a little bit more aggressive. Forward out immediately, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a position. Over on the Team 2, we got us as Blush, we got us as Calvin, which is Kryza coming back in. After we mentioned it before, as well as my man Holy Saya. Got us. I'm sorry, I'm a Mog kind of guy now. I'm feeling my Mogs today. But that's a good looking Mog for a Xander. That is just excellent. It looks great. It's almost like it's a Paladin Xander, but has this like sinister energy behind it too, you know? Almost like a Paladin, but of like the Loa of Death in a way. As Skeet trying to see if he can maybe survive death itself, trying not to be the Loa of Death on the arena. Nina taking a bit of damage too with the big crits. That's going to be Trinket. Karma immediately. Nina, do you have a bubble for this one? Bubble could just reverse and remove the Karma, but instead saving it for later. Instead going for the Shield of Vengeance. Going to just try to see if he can chip away into the Karma. Let the shield absorb the impact of the, I guess the reverse of the damage reversal effect, whatever it's called. And Skeet actually ends up coming out on top there. I feel like if Nina would have went for Bop or Bubble, that would have been kind of a risky move, but removing that Karma out of the equation would leave Skeet kind of out in the open, but at least the Monk was able to get himself a bit of a position. Stun onto Nina, could potentially be a bubble situation. That's a lot of damage. Blessing of Protection instead. Zuen is still able to somewhat crack through the Blessing of Protection, but a huge portion of the Monk's damage is physical, so you mostly is going to avoid the Blessing of Protection, just like it is a bubble. Going for the double porch just to give himself a bit of time before Nina's protection falls off. Nina is not in a great spot right now unless he got another defensive. Trying to see if he can go for big damage. Camera's getting flown in every direction. Trying to see if he can maybe pick up some damage right now. Skeet building the damage of his own stun, but after does not have a trigger for this one. Wings it back up for Nina unless somehow Skeet survives it. Looks like he's going to be able to back up out of there. Shield of Vengeance back up for Nina. Got himself a lot of damage. Skeet does not really have a lot of defenses to work with. Does have the zonal ability of Ring of Peace or Ring of Boopity Bop to boop the Paladin out of the way. So Skeet actually survives this quite well. Nina still has herself a Shield of Vengeance, Blessing of Protection, Bubble, just a raw Bubble. Wings not available for a while, but maybe for Skeet, if he could just somehow survive the Bubble, he's actually in a great spot. So far, he's been able to avoid every big immunity for Nina, as well as a lot of her damage output. And is trying to see if he can just finish this fight off fairly quickly. Nina might be in that bubble situation unless maybe Skeet could somehow catch an interrupt onto Nina, which I don't think is going to be happening anytime soon. Wall up for Nina. Karma right after, trying to see if he can force out that bubble, but Skeet also finds himself very, very low. Nina does not want to give up the bubble just like this. Trying to see if he can delay it. There goes the bubble. Skeet kind of out in the open. Trying to see if he can reposition right now. Nina, do you have enough mobility to catch back up to the Monk unless she has herself Pony? Even if Pony is just going to be a quick board for Skeet with another reset. Nina super low. Big kick right after. And it is going to be a ton of damage onto Nina. Out of left field. Vlad gonna be up next. Got himself Pony. Got himself a lot of damage. Got himself full set of wings. Not a Crusader wings, but still plenty of damage. Skeet does not really have a defensive unless you got yourself a Ford Brew, which I don't really get to track on here at all. It looks like might be kind of dead in the water unless you get something like Vlad not shrinking his shield event does a bit of damage to Skeet, trying to see if he can live by the parry. Needs a heal right now, might be in trouble. It looks like even through the reverse harm, reverse magic, he still cannot really survive a lot of the damage that Vlad got going on right now. Also big fan of the Vlad got himself like the red-ish going on, like vampire-esque Mog looking thing. I don't hate it. Lack of shoulders is weird because it just feels like the width of a character is just gone. But it doesn't look bad at all. Ather is going to try to see if he can blind out Vlad really quickly. Searing Glare to follow to make sure that Vlad misses the next few attacks. Gives Ather an opportunity to go counter hyper offensive, in fact. Trying to see if he can make that big Crusade damage work. If he can somehow find a way to build up the Crusade off of Vlad, then take it onto the next competitor, whoever it is, one of the druids though, he could be in a great spot, slamming out through Vlad. Who is going to be up next? Strix is just leaping right in. This is perfect for Ather. He's got himself big damage built up. If he can just take that momentum into the Feral after the bubble, Strix trying to see if he can back up out of it. Does not get to get himself a proper reset. There goes the Shadow Mode. Oh wait, no. He does have a proper Shadow Mode left. I don't think he's going to be able to do it with Atho on his tail right now. Does try to go for Shadow Mode, get himself at least a stun, using that to try to see if he can run out of there. Atherman is down on Crusade Wings for a good bit, but unless he can reconnect with Trix really quickly, it's not going to be a quick match whatsoever. Trix avoiding him for a second, catching that 3 stealth, still got himself that ink card, so quick cooldowns, still rolling for the Feral Druid. If he can get some bleeds into Atho, those bleeds would just shred right through the armor. The armor, all this physical damage reduction, unless Atherman pop a Chill the Vengeance and Wall, I mean, just gonna bleed right through. It just bleeds through. Try to go for yet another stuff, but he's got so many rakes onto Atha. It is completely DR'd, catching himself a quick stun. No way out for Trix for this one. Wake of Ash is doing a number on the guy, trying to see if he can get back in there with even more bleeds. It's gonna be Feral Frenzy. Atherman's bleeding, but he does get slammed down through the Druid. Got himself a Shield of Vengeance in case he really needs one. Call of Druidy though is a Boomkin rather than a Feral. Instead of Blessing of Protection, we do see a lay on hands on Atha as a beam comes down. Try to see if he can silence it, but doesn't get to prevent Paladin self-healing whatsoever. Bark's gonna available for Druidy for just a moment. Try to see if he can reposition, but a stun out of Ather gonna force Druidy to drink it a little early to try to at least keep themselves in a better positional as best as they totally can. As Druidy looking for a bit of a reset around the corner. Atherman mounted up, immediate disarm, but he's just kind of moseying over to the other side of the pillar. He's perfectly fine, just going for a bit of a reset. He's waiting until his big Crusade is available together with a stun, because Druidy doesn't have a trinket anymore, unless he can get enough damage into Ather to force him behind the pillar, or maybe just blast him out with a couple of Star Sorters. He needs to have himself a big go. It does get quite a bit of damage into Ather, does not have an immunity out of this one. Druidy just needs to pull up a little bit more damage unless Ather got spell warded. Maybe he's saving in the back pocket in case things go rough. Stun onto Druidy. Does he get to survive it? Barely. No. The Paladins, man. The Paladins. Oh, Ather with 3 dudes. Skeet does get to live for quite a while though. Skeet got to do quite a bit of a 1v1 versus Nina for a good bit. It was a nice trade of cooldowns here and there. Holy Saya, as well as Plush and Calvin didn't get a chance to play on the team too, man. I almost want to get him in there again. Just give him another chance, dude. Just to give him a chance and opportunity to actually get the games done. Yeah, I'm hoping it didn't queue us just now. You saw that, right? It said join the queue for Blackrock Hold and Tiger's Peak. We gotta get another team going, man. Let's get us another one. I think we do chat.